All right. Well, today I wanted to talk about why speed dating is a waste of time for most men. Recently, I was talking with a friend of mine who said he had a friend that was trying speed dating. He had said that it wasn't working for him and he was really struggling. He said that he was a nerdy Jewish guy who was about 5'7", very skinny, and just overall just like an average looking guy. Also, about a year and a half ago, I remember I was in Norway traveling and I was on a date with a Norwegian girl at the time. And she had said that she had gone to a speed dating event. And what was really interesting, one of the things she said was that while she was there, before the guys sat down, she had said that she was joking with the other girls at the event about how cringy it was that they were speed dating and how she found none of the guys at the speeding date event attractive. And I don't know what it is, but speed dating events are becoming like much more popular these days, especially in big cities. I feel like they were always popular, but for some reason now I hear they're making like a big comeback. And usually the way speed dating events work is you have 2 minutes to talk to each girl, and then the bell gets rung, and then you quickly move on to the next girl. And I think if you're an unattractive man or just like an average looking guy, speed dating will largely be a huge waste of time and most likely won't work in your favor very often. I think there are definitely exceptions to this if you're the girl's type and you meet the looks threshold for her as like an average looking guy. But I think if you're like an unattractive guy, like speed dating is literally the last place I would go to, shoot your shot, because the girl is just instantly going to look at you if you're an attractive guy and just count you out right away. Same thing most of the time if you're just like an average looking guy. But like I said, if you're at least average looking or decent looking, you might be that girl's particular type, and maybe you can kind of get a first date with her, by if you have a fun personality, if you've got good humor, things like that. But the difficult part is that a woman can tell within a couple seconds if she's attracted to a guy or not, and you either meet her looks threshold or you don't. So if you don't meet her bare minimum looks threshold, like no amount of game, humor, or charisma is going to work on her. And sure, these things can help when a girl already finds you attractive, but if she doesn't find you attractive at all in the slightest, like she's already made up her mind super quickly that, she wouldn't want to go on a date with you. It's also hard to showcase like humor and charisma in 2 minutes. You definitely can, but it's much, much more difficult than if you have like an hour or two with a girl. I think for unattractive or average looking men, they'll benefit from me. Well, I think for at least average looking men, they'll benefit from meeting women in more like social circle or environments where girls get to know them over a much longer period of time. I think for unattractive guys, they'll just need to looks max as much as possible to at least be decent looking enough to most women. And I think speed dating can work great for like traditionally attractive men. Let's just say you're tall, you're good looking, and you have a good physique. Like most women will find you attractive from the jump. They'll find you attractive right away. And as long as you're not like really socially awkward during those 2 minutes, a lot of those girls are probably going to say yes and want to go on a date with you. And I feel like with speed dating, you definitely don't need to be like a perfect looking 6 foot plus jacked guy to have success with speed dating. You can also just be a guy who's just a little bit above average looking, and you'll probably have a lot of success with speed dating as well. Another reason why it's much harder for unattractive and average looking men to succeed at speed dating is because a lot of women go into speed dating events expecting it to be really cringe and like lower value. So they're already not super excited to be there anyway. And most women don't want to tell their family or friends that they met a guy at a speed dating event. So they're going to tend to be a lot more picky with the men they choose because of that, but also because like in a speed dating event, they don't have a lot to go off of except your looks and, 2 quick minutes of conversation when both the guy and the girl are very nervous. Like even if you are an attractive guy, like typically the first 5 to 10 minutes of a date, like you're nervous, the girl's nervous, like you're not going to be showcasing like your best self, like your best humorous self, or if you have a charismatic personality, you're not going to be able to like show that typically right off the get-go. So a lot of women are already going to have the preconception that the guys at speed dating events are not guys that they really want to meet. So, I really think speed dating event is almost as bad as going to a nightclub for unattractive in average looking men. It's just I would tend to avoid it if you're not like a traditionally good looking person. I mean, go ahead, if you want to do speed dating, like that's fine. Like if you want to, go out and socialize and try to meet women that way, go for it. But it's going to be a lot harder for men that aren't traditionally very attractive. Well, that's my take on why speed dating events are a waste of time for most men. Feel free to comment down below any experiences that you have with speed dating events. I've never gone to one myself, but I'm definitely curious what other people's experiences have been. And feel free to subscribe. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care.